Hey everyone, it is the first Sunday of February. The sun's about to set pretty soon. Just kind of giving you guys a look at how my Ataulfo rootstock has gone for this summer, how it looks for this month. Um, in terms of the Namdakmai graft, so this is the first tree, one of my, not my oldest, but has one of the largest trunk. And all that up, well, most of that up there is Namdakmai. Um, there was several waves of bloom that began like in November. We had a heat wave, and I have not sprayed at all. I had a chance to spray it all, so like that first wave, you can see some of the fruitlets. They set, they look pretty good, pretty decent, but everything after it's just pretty much destroyed in terms of any kind of the blooms afterwards. I did no spraying at all, and Namdakmai is just a very powdery mildew prone variety. Look at this, you know, we're in winter. Most days are like not even going above 60, but you could see that it's just wrecked with powdery mildew. There's some that may set here, but these are probably never gonna be anything more but nubbins. So all the Namdakmai kind of looks like that right now. The other side of the tree, this is the California Remit. The blooms are looking pretty nice. Have not sprayed it. I have not sprayed at all, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna probably end up kind of removing quite a bit of this because I do want to get. I do have some grafts here, which is a mixture of orange sherbet and maha. But I really want the maha to kind of get established, so I'm gonna probably have to open up that canopy right there. I'll let it go, get it to grow. And here's the other side. On this side, this is more Namdakmai number 4. Again, you can see how dirty the bloom is. It's one of the most powdery mildew prone variety I've ever seen. It is kind of prone to powdery mildew pretty much like 10 months out of the year. Doesn't matter what, almost doesn't matter what time, what part of the season is in. It just doesn't happen maybe the hottest day of the year and the coldest month, but besides that, it's always catching some sort of powdery mildew. But here's like a nice fruit here that you can see. This was part of the earlier wave of blooms that occurred in November, and I think it opened up when it was like one of the hottest days that we had, you know. So okay, here's all the other grafts. Kind of budding, some stuff are budding, some stuff are swelling, but most of it's still kind of haven't pushed anything yet on this. So I got lots of stuff on here, and I think I showed it to you guys before. I'm not sure if I showed it to you guys after I trimmed and cleaned it up a little bit, but there's probably like maybe about 20 varieties on here, and we could kind of go over it probably in some of the following videos some other time, you know. So okay, here's also tree number 2. Everything on here is like on this side, it's California Remit. You can kind of see it blooming already, or beginning to bloom. This one might be blooming a little bit behind the others because we did have a very kind of late we had fruits that we didn't harvest until like probably mid-December. So it's looking good. I mean, to me it doesn't matter if it blooms now or a little bit later. I will probably do some removing the bloom to time it to hit a bit more like hotter weather. Okay, here's the Laverne Manila right here. We kind of use this for green eating fruits. And then I keep on going. Here's a nice M4 graft right here. You can see like that's like 3 or 4 limbs that's kind of split up. Here is the Maha Chinook. It's getting pretty large. The graft took place right here, and it is getting pretty large. I'll probably trim this back sometime this year. And here's another quite decently large graft. This is the Super Julie. Nothing swelling up on this so far, so we'll see what happens. But Super Julie, it's a huge graft at this point. Taking, you can see it right here. So it's taking up quite about a fourth of the canopy, 1/4 of the canopy. Okay, so not much activities on these guys yet. Okay, here's tree number 3, which I took off about, I guess, about 12 foot of growth and a ton of the canopies. Let's see, this is a Julie graft that's taken. That seems to be blooming. And then I have a Juliet right there that's taken and blooming. This is the California Ramit, kind of blooming right here. I was really thinking about removing this limb, like somewhere around here this year. But we'll see. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to do once you see the blooms and stuff. It's like, oh, you want to cut it. Before you see that, it's a lot easier to kind of do it. But once you see it, and you kind of get emotionally attached to all these nice bloom stalks that's pushing out. We're supposed to get some rainstorm this week, so we'll see what happens with all these blooms, if they'll make it. But pretty much tree number 3. You kind of see it right there. That one to the right. Okay, so here's a look at tree 4 and 5. I was able to get a graft of orange sherbet to take on here, and a graft of maha, I think it's on the other side, to take. So I'll probably be doing a lot of heavy removing of the limbs here to try to get some of the other varieties to take off. So right there's maha, right there. And then let's see, hasn't been, well, there are some flowers. There's some flowers on the California Ramit. Let me see if there's any flowers on peach cobbler. Oh yeah, so this is peach cobbler right here. You can see quite a bit of flower blooms developing all over this. And peach cobbler, it's a huge graft right there. See, no blooms on sweet tart right here, or pina colada yet. But lots of blooms on the California Ramit so far. Okay, well that's an update on all my Ataulfo rootstocks.